Ice can be a problem for all cars, but for electric cars like the all-new I-Pace it poses an even greater threat. EVs rely on power from batteries, which are essentially chemical reactions, and a simple grasp of GCSE chemistry will tell you they're vastly influenced by temperature. It's an issue that electric cars already face. Don't believe us? Head over to the Tesla website, and you'll see that temperature is a major factor when calculating range. The lower the temperature, the fewer the miles you'll get from your EV. This variable range effect isn't too bad for EV owners in countries with milder climates, but in those with colder ones it can have a serious effect. So how do you ensure customers around the world get the same projected 300-mile range from their electric SUV? If you're Jaguar, you design a system that keeps the batteries at their optimum temperature at all times, and then you test it in one of the coldest places on Earth. To find out just how Jaguar manages to do it, we drove the I-Pace at Jaguar Land Rover's cold weather test facility in Arjeplog, Sweden, where temperatures plummet as low as -40 degrees Celsius. But first the tech. Lithium-ion batteries need to be kept at the temperature of a warm bath, and the I-Pace uses a mixture of heating and clever thermal diversions to keep them at their sweet spot. The car's air conditioning unit and heater do most of the heavy lifting, cooling, or warming the batteries to the correct temperature, when needed. The I-Pace is also able to divert waste heat to the batteries, saving energy on heating in the process. What's more, the Jag can heat or precondition its batteries when it's being charged too, saving power for when you're on your way. As you'd expect from an EV, these systems are entirely controlled by the car's ECU and software, but unlike Tesla, Jaguar says it's not looking to updating the firmware anytime soon. Take a look at pictures of Jaguar's all-electric I-Pace, and it looks like a tall, wide SUV. But in reality it's a far more low-slung, sporty affair than the odd JPG suggests. The I-Pace looks aggressive in the flesh, with minimal overhangs and a sculpted, sloping roof adding to its athletic stance. In person, the idea of Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy Series racing makes much more sense. Driving an electric car on a frozen lake isn't our usual review method, but it was still possible to take away some key details about the I-Pace. Once you jump into the car's camouflaged cabin and get going, the Jaguar feels far more agile and responsive than its size suggests. Steering is sharp, and around 400 bhp from the Jaguar's electric motor is more than enough to break traction on the ice and hold adrift. With traction control on, the I-Pace is able to keep you relatively straight, but turn everything off, and the linear power delivery makes sliding the I-Pace rather predictable. At this point the Jaguar's direct steering comes into its own, and after a little practice, it's possible to quickly and precisely put in just the right amount of lock to sustain some entertaining angles of drift. In the short time we had with the car, body roll seemed well controlled for what is a heavy car, a huge benefit for a car of this size and height. Like most modern EVs, the I-Pace arranges its batteries along the bottom of the chassis a bit like a skateboard, and that keeps the car's center of gravity low. The result? Less weight transfer, and far less rolling around. It feels like a Jaguar, in other words. Jaguar I-Pace review. What else do we need to know? It's clear the I-Pace has all the urgency of an EV, with very few of the drawbacks you'd usually get in this type of vehicle. With traction control on in precarious conditions, the I-Pace is tame, but turn off all the gizmos, and you'll find the Jaguar is still able to provide enough feedback and response to make braking traction and spinning up the rears enjoyable. Yes, driving on ice remains a frustratingly narrow glimpse into the I-Pace's real talents. Although we'll have to drive the new Jaguar I-Pace on road later in 2018 for a definitive verdict, the omens are good at this stage.